tariffs, we're going to see the real impact of a trade war between our two countries, and that impact will be to hurt American families. David Kennedy. Tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico will be worth the pain it causes the auto industry because it can help curb the flow of undocumented migrants and illegal drugs to the US, said Republican Sen. Bernie Moreno, a former auto dealer. Read the story. Open the map. Stellantis and Volkswagen are the European automakers most highly exposed to the new tariffs on vehicles imported from Mexico and Canada, according to Bloomberg Intelligence, which says the levies could wipe out a total of €5.88 billion, $6.2 billion, of European automakers' earnings this year. Read the story. Hear how automakers and suppliers are preparing as best they can for tariffs that took effect at 12:01 a.m. March 4th. Listen to the podcast. Here is a look at why tariffs are being implemented, what they could mean for the North American auto industry, how Canada and Mexico could respond, and more. Read the breakdown. US tariffs on goods from Canada and Mexico went into effect March 4th, forcing automakers and suppliers to brace for higher costs and significant disruptions to vehicle and parts production in the highly integrated North American supply chain. Read the story. Be the first to know when big news breaks. We'll send you an email within minutes. Title: Trump says he will raise tariffs on Canada metals to 50% as trade war escalates. Content: Washington, President Donald Trump doubled his planned tariff on all steel and aluminum products coming into the United States from Canada, bringing the total to 50%, in response to the province of Ontario placing a 25% tariff on electricity coming into the US. Trump said in a post on Truth Social that he has instructed his Commerce Secretary to add another 25% tariff on products that will go into effect on Wednesday morning. Live updates on tariffs. Canada's Prime Minister-designate Mark Carney talks tough on tariffs. Also, Canada must immediately drop their anti-American pharma tariff of 250% to 390% on various US dairy products, which has long been considered outrageous. I will shortly be declaring a national emergency on electricity within the threatened area, Trump wrote. He also threatened to substantially increase the tariffs on cars coming into the US on April 2nd if other egregious, long-time tariffs are not likewise dropped by Canada. The move would have essentially, permanently shut down the automobile manufacturing business in Canada, Trump said. The move is the latest escalation in Trump's trade dispute with Canada, and risks further upsetting markets which have posted steady losses since the president moved forward last week with an initial round of tariffs on Canada and Mexico. US stocks resumed their decline after Trump said he would double the tariffs. In this episode of the Ally All Ears podcast, Aaron Lee, Senior Director at Ally Dealership Insurance, discusses the growing threat of cyber attacks on dealerships and the importance of staying vigilant. He shares essential tips for safeguarding against these risks and highlights the need for specialized cyber insurance coverage to protect your business. The threat is an escalation of Trump's tariff fight with Canada and the latest shift in his plans. Early in his term, Trump imposed 25% tariffs on all goods from the US's northern neighbor, only to subsequently delay the move for 1 month. When the tariffs went into effect last week, the US president within days moved to exempt goods covered under USMCA, a North American free trade agreement he negotiated during his first term, after markets dropped and at the urging of US auto manufacturers. The move precedes the next planned wave of tariffs, due in April, in which Trump plans to set a reciprocal rate that he considers equivalent to countries' tariffs, non-tariff barriers, and certain taxes, including Canada's 5% general sales tax, which is applied to nearly all purchases domestically. Trump has regularly complained about Canada's dairy tariffs, which are a part of